March 2027. What if I told you that by this time next year, your financial life could look completely different? And that's not because you have received a miracle alert, not because the economy of the country where you live has improved, or if you're a married woman, not because your husband has been given a raise in his salary. No, but because you as a woman, you have decided to be intentional about your finances, that you have decided to take charge of your money matters. And when you decide to do that, you will realize and you will see that you will be financially better by this time next year. Your finances will have changed. Things will have been different for you as a woman. So in today's live stream, I just want to encourage the women watching me, my sisters joining me, that we need to take charge. And I'm saying that, what I want to go through is what we should do as women to see that our story financially, change by that our finances next year. We can say boldly, we can say with a sense of achievement that things have changed. Not that they have only changed, but that things have improved. And this is episode 9 of my Women and Money series. This is not just to, give us motivational, talk. This is practical. And I want to encourage you to get your writing materials and let us put things together. What should we do differently so that by this time next year, our financial story would have been, would have changed, would have been better, would have been wiser, would see that we're making, progress with our finances. And that is why we're here today. I want to encourage you. This is episode 9 that, like I have said, if you have not seen any of the episodes, I will encourage you to please check from episode 1 to episode 8. It's talking to us as women, what we should do, why we should have our own income, how can we have our income, how can we have multiple streams of income. This is what we're talking about. I want to welcome you, everybody joining me today. My name is Modupe. This is Money Matters with Modupe. If this is your first time of joining me, please, I want to encourage you to please like, to please share, and to please subscribe. This is Money Matters. We talk about everything that has to do with money as it relates to women, relates to men, business, even our relationship as married, couples, and as individuals. So today is episode 9 of my Money and Women series. And what we're talking about today in today's live stream is what every woman should have financially by this time next year, so that when we come together again next year, we'll be able to say, oh, this is what I've been able to achieve financially. I believe that we all know where we are financially right now. And I know that by this time next year, when we, do a review, a summary, I trust that we will be better financially. We would have made more progress financially. And these are 4 things that I want to talk about today, that I want you as a woman to, start doing if you have not already started, so that by this time next year, you can say that, oh, my finances has really improved. The very first thing that we must do is that as a woman, if you do not yet have your own income, you should have your own income. A woman needs her own income first. Thank you so much. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me your name. Let me know where you are watching from. And please, let's make this very interactive. Thank you so much, Nata. Thank you so much. Where are you watching from? Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you. Even if you are a man, please join us, because I know that we all have women in our lives. If you don't have your wife, you have your sister, you have your mother, you have your child, you have a friend whom you can encourage, and you can say, if you love them, please share this video with them. Let them know that they can improve their finances financially. Oh, thank you so much, Nat. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Park. Okay. Park. Thank you. My name is Modupe, and I want to welcome you to today's live session. So the very first thing that we must do as women, or if you have a woman in your life, is that woman must have her own income. She must have something that brings in money to her. Because income, when you have your own income, that is a form of security for you in the event that anything happens. You are not relying on anybody. You have your own income, and you are able to make decisions and choices with your own finances. And you and I will say this, that by this time next year, 2027, at least everyone here or who will be watching later must have at least one income stream. You must have one income stream. In the last episode, I talked about one woman having at least 4 income streams, and I looked at the ways by which, as a person, you can have multiple forms of income. Please, I will encourage you to check that video out, watch it, and you'll be able to see how, as a person, you can have at least 4 income streams. So I'm saying in today's video that the very first thing that we must all do is that we must have at least one income stream. Please, if you're a woman here, if you are married here, I'm not talking about you relying on your husband's income. I'm not talking about you relying on his salary. I'm not talking about you relying on your family allowance. If you are a person here, you are still young, you are living with your parents, I'm not talking about you relying on your family allowance, or saying that, oh, somebody, I don't have to worry about finances, somebody else will take care of me. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that as women, we need our own skill. You should have either a skill, you should have either a business, you should have either a job that gives you salary, a side income, or something that you can create, give value, and then you get money from it. Please let me say this upfront, that financial intelligence is not rebellion. It is just responsibility. So I am here encouraging us. I am here appealing to us. I am here, talking to us and saying that, please, let us start working towards having a better life financially, so that by this time next year, you can look back and be happy with yourself and say to yourself, oh, this is what I have been able to achieve. So the very first thing, if you want your finances to change, is that you must have your own income, something that brings in money to you. And the second thing that I will say is that you should have an emergency fund. It's very critical, because life happens, things happen. Job loss can happen, an unforeseen circumstance or an emergency, popping up. So it's important that you have something that you have set aside, right, to protect you in the first instance, in the event that something happens. There could be a family emergency, unexpected bills that you did not expect, health issues, anything can come up. And so I usually would tell women, please have an emergency fund. And when I refer to emergency fund, I am not talking about Christmas savings. I am not talking about money that you have set aside for celebration. No, I'm not talking about money that you want to use for your birthday. No, but something that in the event that something occurs, something unexpected happens, it is something that will quickly, give you that buffer, give you that coverage financially. That is what I'm speaking about. So I will encourage you, as you want to start your emergency fund, start small, but it is important that you start. So once again, I want to thank you as you you are, here with me on this live stream, or if you're just joining as well, don't forget, this is Money Matters with Modupe, and my name is Modupe. I am a certified financial planner, and I'm also a sitting customary court judge. And I am very passionate about seeing that people are being empowered financially. And this is why I am on this series, Women and Money, matters. Women and money. I want women to be empowered, not because of pride, not because, we want to just, feel anyhow, no, but because we want to be empowered so that, we can have security, right? Stability, right? And we're able to also make choices. We are free to make choices, and also to be able to help people around us, help our family. Thank you so much. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you so much. Let me know where you're watching from. To also help our family and also to empower people around us. So that's the very first thing that we must do as a woman. If you don't have your own income, what you can call mine, is important that you start working towards it. You could start with a job. You could start by taking a business, starting a business, even if it's small. Just start something. Do something that will bring in money, that will give you, you give value, and you are able to be paid for it. That's the first thing. The second thing is that please have an emergency fund in the event that something happens, because we know that life happens. Anything happens, and we know that the only constant thing is life is change in our circumstance, change in our finances. But we have to be intentional, and we have to plan and take charge of our finances. So the very third thing that we must do as women is that we must have a clear budget or a financial plan. So by this time next year, March 2027, you should know where your money goes. Have a plan. Have a plan. Have a budget. A budget is simply a plan. You telling your money where it should go. That is basically what a budget is all about. It is a spending plan. When you have a plan, and that plan should be specific to you. You are not meant to look at somebody else's budget. You're not meant to look at my own budget and work my budget with my budget. You look at your budget. It's all about you. It's all about the income that comes to you. And then you want to determine this income that comes to me, this money that comes to me. How do I want to, give it out? What are the things that I want to spend money on? It helps you to know ahead of time if you are able to do something. And then it helps you to also put priority, prioritize things. Is it going to be my house rent I'm going to pay for? Is it going to be my children's school fees? Is it going to be the clothes I want to buy? A budget really helps you. It tells you where money is coming from, and it also tells you where your money should go to. So it's important that as a woman, you have a plan. You have a clear plan as to where your money goes. It is very important. How are you managing your money? How are you managing your finances right now? Because one thing I know about money is that if money enters into your account, enters into your hand, and then at the same time the money disappears, it means you are not the one managing your money. It means that it is the money that is managing you. And we're saying that as women, we must be in charge of our finances. We must know how to handle our finances. So money should not be managing you. You should be the one managing your money. Please, if you are getting value, I want you to please like, I want you to please share, and don't forget to subscribe as well. So I want to encourage you as women, please let us start, working with our money. Let us start taking responsibility towards our money. It's not just enough for you to earn. It's not sufficient for you to say, oh, I'm getting the salary, oh, I'm making money, I have this, I have that. We should also think about the future. How will you be in the next 1 year? When we come back March 2027, In the next 5 years, how would you be? How would your finances, how will your bank statement, how will it look like? In the next 10 years, it may look far. 2027 may look far. 2028 may look far. 2030 may look far. But I tell you, it is closer than you think. 1 year is just 365 days. And surely that day would come. March 2027 will come, and where would you be financially? What would you be saying about your finances financially? About your finances. And that is why I am saying today, please, as women, let us begin to take charge. Let us begin to take responsibility. Let us begin to be intentional about the income that flows into our account. Right. And the fourth thing that I want to talk about today is that by this time next year, you must at least have one investment. You should have, right now we're all working for money. Either we go to our day job, either we have a small business, we're doing something to bring in money. But I want to say now is that we must have at least one investment. We must have at least something that is working for money for us. So it is not just about us going to work, wearing our work clothes, wearing our work shoes, and going to work. We must have something that is also bringing in money to us. So we must have at least one investment. It could be shares or stocks. It could be mutual funds. It could be treasury bills. It could be even you coming together with a friend or some people, buying a house, buying a property, a land somewhere. You may not say that, oh, I don't have enough money to do this on my own. You can come together with your friend, you can come together with your family, but you must have an agreement, right? An agreement that, specifies who is bringing in, how do you, in the event that you are no longer interested in that asset, how do we now dissolve it? How do we share? You must have an agreement. But I'm saying that by this time next year, it is important that you as a woman must have at least one investment. It might be small, but it's important that you have a form of investment. It is important that you have something that is bringing in money to you. Let me say this up front, that money sitting idle, it loses value. And that is because of inflation. Because the thing that 100,000 either naira, 100,000 pounds, or $100,000 might buy today, it will not be the same thing that you will be able to buy with that same amount next year. Let's even look back. Last year, the things that you were able to afford with that amount, can you sincerely say that is the same thing that you are able to afford this year? So it is important that you do not let your money sit idle in the bank. Or for some people, they just keep their money in their homes. They have piggy banks, they have different things, and they just store their money there. I'm saying that your money will lose value. So start thinking, what do I do? What investment can I start with? How much do I have? What can I do? What can I put my money into that will begin to give me returns, that it will also be working for me? So the fourth thing, that you having at least one form of investment is number 3. And number 4 is that by this time next year, you must be very, very confident financially. You must be confident. You must be able to talk about money matters. You must be able to, join conversations where money is being discussed. I say to people that money knows no gender. Money is not about men. Money is not about women. And enough of us women delegating when it comes to investment, when it comes to buying assets and things like that. Enough of us, just pushing that to say that that only belongs to men. It belongs to us women as well. We women should also be able to do exploits financially. We should be, we shouldn't be afraid of finances. We shouldn't be afraid to want to talk about numbers. You shouldn't shrink where money is being talked. Where they're having conversations and they're talking about, oh, I want to buy these shares, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. You must have that confidence to come out and also have that discussion. Don't leave family investment to your husband or to the men around. You should be able to say to yourself, oh, my retirement is in the next 5 years, my retirement is in the next 10 years. What do I do? What do I put in my money? You must be able to know things. Insurance, what is the essence? What kind of insurance should I have? Or you should be able to ask your employees questions and say, oh, concerning my retirement plan, what do we have in place in this place? You should be able to ask and discuss money freely without any form of fear or intimidation. So I want you to know that financial knowledge is not about pride. It's just about protection. It's about stability, right? It's about clarity. It's about you knowing that, okay, the money that I'm earning now, as I use it now, how do I also use that money regarding my future? Please, if you are getting value, please like, please share, and don't forget that if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. So my question for us today right now is, if we meet next year, will you be where you are today, or you would have improved financially? Would you say that, oh, I'm just about to start? Or will you be testifying that as a result of what you heard me say today, oh, that this is where I am today? Please comment, let me know in the comments. As for me, I am financially ready and I have started to take steps. Let me know about you. Comment in the chat, comment in the comment section, and let me know, what will it be? Would you be are you financially prepared? Are you working towards next year 2027? Will you be better off than where you are today, or will your story still be the same, that, oh, I am just starting out, oh, I just want to do this, I just want to do that? I pray that that will not be your situation. And that is why I am encouraging us today. Let us start taking steps. Let us start being intentional. Let us start taking responsibility for our finances. I tell people, if anything is going to change, if anything is going to get better, then it is up to you. It is certainly up to you. But my goal is that as women, our finances are great. We are financially intelligent. We are financially empowered. We're able to take steps, make right financial decisions when it comes to our finances, so that we are not dependent on either the government, we're not dependent on our husbands. Fine, it's good that our husbands help, they help us financially. But what I'm saying is that it is not okay for us to be dependent 100% on our husbands financially. We want to take any decision, we have to get money from them. We want to do anything, we have to take money from them. And I keep asking people, what in the event that something happens to him, that something happens to that job? Would you be stranded? Will you be able to continue to live, your life? Or the standard will now differ, the standard will now change, only because he's no longer there to help you. He's no longer there to make decisions for you. He's no longer there to give you money to help you. So I am imploring us, please, let's begin to take steps. And I also want to say here, in case you need guidance, in case you need me to take you through, I also have an arm which is called FLEW, Financial and Legal Empowerment for Women. I help women financially, legally, to ensure that women are empowered financially and legally. If you want me to help you, to direct you and guide you, you can, send a message to me, and certainly I would help. Certainly I will guide you through. Like I said, I am a certified financial planner. So when it comes to money matters, I can say that I am qualified to do so. And one of my pain points is when I sit in court and I adjudicate on matters, especially divorce proceedings or separation matters, where I see women who have given so much financially, helpless when it comes to their finances. And I say to myself, let people be empowered. Let people understand how money matters works. And that is why I have started the series, Women and Money. And like I said, this is episode 9. I'll please ask you to please watch episodes 1 to episodes 8. I have them already in a playlist. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, I'll stop here to take any question, whether on this money and women series, or if you have a question, maybe you have watched any of my videos, whether on savings, on investment, on tax matters, you have any questions, please, I'll stop here and I would like to take any question. It could be now, or if you have questions after watching, when you watch the replay of this live stream, you have any questions, please put your questions down. I always respond. I read all comments and I also respond to all comments. Comments may be what you want me to do next. It could be that you have a question, you have a challenge, you're not clear about something. Please put it down. I will certainly respond to you. So once again, I want to say thank you for joining, for watching me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And so I'll be back tomorrow on a God, Faith, and Money series. Every Sunday, I am here and I talk about the it's money matters, yes, but it's centered on God, faith, and money. So let me say it's the spiritual aspect of it. We must plan, but at the same time, as believers, we must pray. We must it is the spiritual aspect of it, of the money matter. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, be money wise. I'll see you at the top, and God bless you. See you tomorrow.